Let's start quick. I'm already 3.5 hours late to this regularly scheduled Sunday stream. I mean, is it regularly scheduled if I consistently miss the 3 p.m. time slot by multiple hours every day? Anyway, I've been fixing some things, and I noticed a concerning development. So if we go to the world, I think Godot 4 just has a different stance on, basically, what are they called? Triangle mesh colliders. I think it's something that the engine just kind of has out of obligation and not something that they expect people to actually use. But I'll show what I mean. As soon as the game, like, very, very slowly starts up. There we go. Let's see. I need to perhaps make the volume a little lower here. But okay. Also, the lighting feels darker. Did I fix something? Change something? I guess it's because of the environment, but also because... I think I changed the fog too much. Yeah, because now I don't like how dim it is. Why is it so dim? Hang on. Important considerations here. Let's go to the world. Environment. I have an idea. Day-night here. So our default day-night gradient. I think here what I need to do is I need to make this lower and like bluish. That looks nice. And then I think we copy this and do that basically. And then why is this not... Let's do like 1.5, 1.5, 2. Let's see how that looks. Oh yeah, I forgot. I made the environment just like editable children as well. So I can just edit that in here. Let's hide the collision meshes. Or collision shapes. Okay, so now we get a good, like, look at you. Because I think my goal also... oh, we only have 4,000. Let's do 14,000, and let's do, like, 0.2 here. So this better matches what the player's camera sees. Because, yeah, I'm thinking what I want here is for there to be slight bloom from the sky and the fog to smoothly go in like that. So I think that's about what I'd like. Maybe the fog needs to be a bit more now. Oh wait, no, but this is the reset. Oh. Okay. I think I made a mistake with my like map fiddling. I want to get this gradient back. Oh. Well, this is the gradient that I want. Copy this value. Day-night normal. Is this not the right thing? I thought this was what it was supposed to... I thought this would, like, work. Oh, it's probably the fog. Yeah, because I changed how the fog works. Wait, did I? 1.5, 1.11. Oh wait, yes, I did. I keep getting confused as to what I'm looking at and, like, what I need to look at. This is the value that I want, 2.5, 1.51. I want to bring that back. I made a mistake of changing this. Yes, there we go. And then we do that basically for all three of these. And I think this one... What do I want for this one? Because now we have, like, a very different area here. I think... What if we had this at, like, 0.9? No. I think I still want white, but I want this to be still higher. Like that, maybe? Not really what I'm looking for. Yeah, especially because we're getting into, like, here. So I'm going to cut this key. Or delete this key. So let's go through... I mean, it's pretty. Wait, also, are these the same value? Okay. They've always been the same value. I guess I just didn't realize. But okay, so I think... What areas am I disagreeing with here? I think... I guess it looks fine. I think the bloom is maybe just too much now. Like, let's do like 0.5 or something. Yeah, that seems a little bit better. The bloom's intensity, if set to a value higher than 0, this will make glow visible in areas darker. What does that mean? Oh, I see. That's what that means. It basically adds bloom even when the HDR isn't, like, exceeded. Do I want this? I could also control the bloom in the environment directly. Because there are areas where I would like more bloom. Oh yeah, I should probably, like, go to, like, the hero shot, like our midday, basically. So yeah, I guess this is about right, because it makes the outer edges like a mysterious fog, which is my goal. And then they do get a little less mysterious as we go into, like, the day-night. Or as we go into, like, the edge here. So I think, actually, about here... I would like the color of the sky to be our fog color. So maybe more like... almost blending in perfectly with it. Is that what I want? And I think here, I'd like this to be a darker, richer, reddish hue to better match the, like, distant colors that we see. Yeah, that seems okay. Admittedly, I don't like how it, like, does that, but I think I'm not going to be able to figure that out. And then we come back alive, and then there's, like, the morning fog. Okay, that seems good enough. Also, I was late because I decided right at 3 p.m. I was going to make meatloaf. Ow, my mustache just caught on a fucking can. But okay, next thing to fix will also be just the jank here, but that's neither here nor there. I'd say that looks okay. Jackie looks like she hasn't slept. Yeah, there's something different with the texture mapping, so now she looks like way more tired, way more quickly. Which, kind of good. I felt like that the visuals weren't very clear on that. But okay, I think today I want to do... I guess I'll ignore the frame rate issues for now. I want to fix visuals. I want to bring back the environment. So basically, there was a whole system where when you walked into an area, the environment changed. And I haven't really been using that for this demo, which is why this gigantic reflection probe is here, like messing up the lighting in this area. So I'm just going to put that in here real quick. And I think... How do I want to do this now? Because, basically, all of these areas have their reflection, like these collision boxes. So these are areas that determine, like, where the player is. and what they're interacting with. And I'm seeing they're also wrong. We need to preview the neighbors. Or at the very least, the terrain. So my goal will be to create a, like, cohesive collision box that means that, like, it can accurately tell when the player is within this region. Oh yeah, I forgot they improved how these work. That's nice. Yeah, Godot 4 does have a lot of nice things. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about the, like, not nice thing. The fact that they changed how the triangle meshes work. I'll have to eventually figure that out. I think it's honestly partially just a bug with Jolt physics, and partially just a change of philosophy of, like, the game engine is simply not designed to have triangle meshes like this as your environment. It's designed to use convex colliders all the time. Oh wait, where's the... Hang on. I need this to be interior. And then we go to my script, which was search nodes. And that fixes that. I'll have to go through, make sure that everything works right. Oh yeah, I'll also have to make sure the freaking reflection probes work right. Or, like, figure out what I'm going to do about them. I think I'm going to experiment with baked lighting. Since the main reason I didn't use it in Godot 3 was because it was incompatible with custom shaders, and everything here is using custom shaders. So I had to, like, manually change the environment. So I want to see... It was also on the CPU, so it would take, like, 20 minutes to make this thing. But now it works on the GPU, so it should hopefully be faster. Necropolis. So is this Deep Necropolis? I kind of want to make it... What I'll probably do is duplicate some of these duplicate some of these areas, or, like, collision shapes. So does this even have collision shapes? Oh, I guess it does. Okay. I don't think deep... Well... I'm gonna have to figure out, like, what I want to do for the reflection probes. For now, I'm just gonna completely ignore this. I'm just gonna have the Necropolis and the, like, Sirdi area. Also, strange that the bounding box does not include these little collision shapes. Okay, I'm very glad that they changed how these work, so that way they, like, you can just pull them around and, like, make things work. But okay, so we got the Black Market, the Necropolis Sirdi. I think there's actually two separate things that I'm conflating here, which are the areas where, for scripting purposes of, like, the NPC being aware of them, and then the environments for the actual, like, physical things. Like, I'm pretty sure, is this an environment override? Okay, so this is a, like, visit area. I think what I want to do is add environment overrides, maybe as a separate script to areas, like, compositionally. Because right now, these do this. So what I'm going to do is extends node. Extends node 3D, let's say. Var s equals, or, like, equals self. So it's going to be kind of janky because I want it to be both usable as an area and as a child of an area. Actually, I can just do that as, like, I have a good idea. Var a area 3D. If parent is or if get parent. A equals get parent, else a equals self as area 3D. And this will be tricky because Godot scripts have kind of like a multi-inheritance thing going on where like the script can inherit a different class than the object inherits. So I can do this. Like, Godot quote-unquote knows that this can't be an area 3D, even though the node can actually be one. So like, we can do var s equals self, and then s as area 3D. If s is area 3D. Actually, I can just do this, like dynamic typing. Else, push, error, environment override must be an area or child of an area. And this way I can have this, now I can like compose the behaviors kind of. I'm also gonna like refactor this since this was automatically generated stuff, but now there's a much like less verbose system where we can do like a.bodyEnter.connect a.this.connect, and like we don't need to like create a callable out of a string. We can just do we can just like get the function. Do we need deferred connections here? I guess we might as well keep those. And then I need to figure out, do I want everything here? Oh, we have the environment. Oh wait, actually, this is perfect. We can just put this here. Also, I need to move this stuff around. I'm writing a blog, so I was taking screenshots using this area, but they're slightly different. But okay, also, I keep bouncing back and forth. I really want to make sure the lighting works right, because it feels like some areas are too dark, but some areas are too bright. And I'm not sure yet how to fix that. I think it might be basically changing how the environment is done. Because it might just be the environment itself was too bright. Because that's why I like messed up the shaders to get it all looking nice. But now the shaders feel like they're a little too dark most of the time. But okay. Never mind that. We have things here. We have no sun. I have no sun. Rescue is available. Yeah, I guess so. For now, I guess I won't fiddle with the sun. We will need to actually fiddle with the environment, though. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'll have to figure out how I want to change the environment. Oh yeah, I could just look up like baked lighting and like global illumination probes and stuff like that, since they're much faster in Godot 4, I think. I should also make sure the game still runs pretty well on my other thing. But okay, and this one, so this... Okay, I don't think this one has any particularly interesting things, so we can just slap an override on top of this. No show sun. I think here, for this one, I need another collision shape. And we'll do like a rectangle just in here. But yeah, I suppose I'm still thinking about as well the fact that triangle meshes aren't really like supported by the physics. I'll have to figure out what I want to do about that, because it'll probably just be as part of the visual working, or like improving the visuals of this area, I just remove basically all convex or concave shapes and just replace them with like little pieces and stuff. That'll be pretty annoying though, because it feels like most things work, but I'll show an example that doesn't. And I also had to change some logic because the player was getting like marked as crushing. Because I think it's something to do with how it calculates the like collision margins around triangle shapes. Oh yeah, also for some reason, main menu doesn't work. Yeah, I think it feels a little dark. Like for the objects in the scene. But yeah, if we go into, I think this area here, if I try climbing, yeah, I can like climb the wall from here. So you can see how things are just like not going right with the collision. And this is like, it's not a bug with my logic, it's a bug with the physics engine itself, adding like padding around the objects. And I noticed it first, or at least most prominently. I kept getting killed when I walked up against this object. And so what I've done now is basically just make it so that you can't get marked as crushing unless you're colliding with a kinematic body. Like if it's just two static bodies, the game thinks like, oh, there's no way that you're getting crushed right now, so it doesn't kill you. Which I don't think is technically right. Yeah, I think the colors are just slightly too dark. Let's go to our lighting. So I think now what I do is, yeah, 0.2. Let's bump this back up to 0.3. I think it actually used to be 0.4. In fact, let's just bring it up to 0.4. We might as well see like what too bright looks like. Now it's too bright. Yeah, I think now it's the environment itself. I think the lighting is about where I want it to be. It's just the lights themselves are too bright. And I think the way that I can fix that, we go to the world environment. Sky contribution, bring this down to like 0.6 or like 0.5. Let's do 0.3. Because it used to be that the sky was not capable of applying ambient light. Now that's too dim. Well, You can see my conundrum. Too dark, too bright. So dark things are too dark, bright things are too bright. How do we deal with this? And also the saturation feels too high. I at least think the fog and skybox are now like the correct colors, even though I basically just put them back to what they were. But okay. And I think this will just be the visuals episode. Actually, don't I change... So, am I changing the albedo? So if we go to correction... Okay, so this is just doing the color. What if I went back to this? I was playing with, like, basically, like, doing some crude color grading. So, like, you can see now, the ground is a bit, well, I think this is even brighter now. Okay, let's see if I can figure out. So let's go to our, yeah, this is about the color that we would like to check. So I'm going to try to make it, I'm going to try to tune things so that this is not completely blown out without, because I don't really want to change anything else in the air, or in this texture. Maybe we change the color grading, but I don't think there's like very fine-grained. What if we just started like, what would our exposure need to be? So now it just looks like, you know, a person just turned down the brightness. So I think the brightness is like, what if we turned this down to here, but then turned this back up? I don't know what all of these are going to be doing for us. Actually, I'm curious if the can only be enabled when using the forward plus render. Oh, fair enough. Okay, so these fancy screen space effects will only be in the modern renderer, but I think we can still use baked lighting, which will be good. But okay, so trying to figure out like what exactly do I want? Maybe I want the sun to be more dim. Like what color do what do I make the sun here? I like the sun brightness for everything except for light-colored objects. Like, what do I want? What color do I want white objects to be in this area? Because maybe I just need to hack something into our color correction here of like, you know, like what if we just did minus vec3 0.1? So that does more than I expected it to. Oh, it's because it changed the day-night time. Thank you, Godot. That's very confusing, thank you. So I think, can I save this file here? Okay, so I can do that there. But you can see our issue. What if we clamped the values of the albedo? So like, or like we did like a max here of like color with like vec3. So the main thing is, oh, min. Let's fuck it up. Let's see how this works. So let's just do color. And let's just not have that. No, I like the power, actually. I like that slight curve. What if we un-gamma corrected it? What does this do for us? Not quite. Yeah, I think 1.2, just that small adjustment, is correct there. Because that basically turns it from like a line into like a ever so slightly like, I guess basically just boosting darker values without boosting lighter values, or boosting lighter values less so. Oh yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, thinking about the physics, I believe the margins are somehow tied to the physical size of the mesh, even though it's not exposed directly in Godot. Like, it is exposed for convex shapes, or simple shapes specifically, that there's like, it automatically changes the margins based on the scale of the shape, like its bounding box. But I think it does something similar to triangle meshes, but it's not documented. Because basically, I only have the problems with really large shapes like these ones. And surprisingly not the terrain, though, so I don't know what the deal is. Maybe it's like... well, I don't know what it is. I'll have to figure it out soon. Because otherwise, you know, the world's gonna be kind of fucked. But okay, ignoring that for the time being, our real question, what do I want to make this light less bright? Maybe I put it on a power curve as well, and then we like can reduce the like brightness of the lighting. So, you know, we did some sort of thing here, and then we do, like, what if we did POW? Like, so what would I do? 1 divided by 1.2 again? Is this gonna work? So what am I actually missing here? Because the errors for the GD shader inks are like wrong. So I think lighting plane, let's go to triplanar. Let's see the issue in here. There we go. Invalid arguments to the built-in POW vec3 float. So how do we do that for correction? Oh, okay. I see. It's because this needs to be a vector 3 as well. There we go. Okay, so does this do what I want? No, I think this does the opposite. I think what I'd want is actually to make it more like this. No. Because the problem is it's HDR, so it's like being driven past one, and this just drives it further past one. I guess we could start... Okay, what the fuck value would even, like, not blow this out completely? Like, a quarter of the brightness. To the point where it, like, looks like the exposure is wrong on the camera. Because, yeah, I don't know exactly... Oh, wait. Yeah, now we don't need this at all. Because, yeah, look at that. It's already completely wiped. Just a glowing white mess. I might just need to change the albedo and not have very many white things. Well, I guess... Hang on. Let's look at the monument from a... So if we just change this to be a new spatial material. So we have this here. Let's put this here, actually, and then clear this, and then make a new standard material. Okay, so I'm happy to report that the standard materials are also completely blown out. So I think it is just the lighting is too bright. So we should probably have this brightness calculated so that it looks somewhat compatible. Actually, convert this to a freaking shader. And then let's see what the shader does. Thank you, Godot. I was hoping to see the, Let's look for... Oh yeah, this is my blog that I'm writing. Let's go back to Jak 4, though. So let's close that blog. And let's go to, also Godot. So drivers, shader... Are we using the GLAS 3? I think we're not using that anymore. What are we using now? Maybe we are? Okay, but like lighting. Let's go down to fragments. Directional light data. Directional shadow data. So this is... Where are we? Okay, float sample shadow. My cubic filter. Let's look through like diffuse. Diffuse light, in out vec 3. So light compute. Okay, so light compute seems to be where we're doing this stuff. So let's see if there's like numbers that I can glean here. Diffuse light plus equals this times rim, or rim light, rim. Light color times vec 3 minus 1 over, or 1 over m pi minus this times backlight times attenuation. Max this stuff So n.l plus roughness divided by 1 plus roughness times 1 plus roughness times 1 divided by pi. So I think what they're doing is basically dividing it by pi. Which is almost what I'm doing, except they just do divided by pi here. And I think that'll only change things a little bit. So at a few slight... Oh, wait, hang on. I just realized. This is wrong. Well, was that the issue? No. Oh, wait, no. Hang on. It might have been. No. Well, no. I think these... Okay, I think this is, like, the material... This is what I want here. So we'll just do this times this divided by pi for everybody. I think this is kind of just an arbitrary constant. It just seems profound because it's pi. But this is because we're dealing with, like, numbers 0 to 1, rather than any sort of meaningful, like, light unit. And I suppose I could also change the, so smoothness times specular, 1 minus smoothness times diffuse plus subsurface. So is this what we want here? It is what we have here, actually. Okay. So I think the main thing now is to just fiddle with the lighting until I like how it looks. But it is really hard because I like how it looks for everything except these direct sides. Or like these things directly facing the sun. What if we just turn off the sun? How does that feel? No. Not quite. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Huh. Oh. Fuck. Hopefully things were saved. I don't even know what I pressed. But okay, admittedly I have been distracted. But okay, I think I held control and pressed the script key. But okay, seems like we haven't lost anything important. Conditional when dead. Oh. Well, easy. Why does it, like, go to an arbitrary position in the animation? Like, it's auto-starting for this one. You know, what if we just cleared this animation? Like, we don't need a reset track for this one. Unless we did animation... I wish there was a way that I could... Well, I don't care, actually. I just realized. If the reset animation should always be the first frame of the day-night cycle, then I can just have it be the first frame of the day-night cycle. Or then I just have... Then that just means the day-night cycle should be the thing. But okay, so sun is good. We like the sun. Environment lighting is good. I like the environment lighting in the shade specifically. But something to do with both of them combined. I need to figure out how to make it behave nicer together. And I guess I could just fiddle with the tone map some more. Like, do any of them meaningfully change? Like, what if we did like a 1.5 here? And like we just like, or like amp up this white balance. No. And they also fiddle with the, well actually, Reinhardt is almost identical to linear, except for it gives me this white balance that I can tune. So I could do like 1.5 here. A little too bright. 1.3. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong way. So that looks kind of, I think the main thing is I would like a bit more saturation. And we can do that. What if we just amped up the saturation even further? Too much. We should also make sure the player, like, looks good. How do we figure out if the player looks good? I guess we just press F6. Yeah, open question of whether this will look good on characters, whether it'll look good at day-night cycles, whether it'll look good in the environments as well. Because my main problem was the lighting was too dark in our like internal environment. So like, let's get out of here so that way we can see. So this is like the lighting for the characters walking around day-night cycle. Hopefully the performance is not representative. So I'm seeing saturation is a bit too high, actually. I kind of don't like that saturation. In fact, we can just turn off adjustments for now. Now it's a little low now it's a little desaturated, actually. You know, I think my solution is just gonna be to darken this texture. I think I like the linear colors in every way except for this texture. So we're just gonna go to Krita. Because I think this texture's like source asset is still a Krita file, unless I just saved it as a PNG without like the ability to edit it. Yeah, I'll just have to remember that, like, I have to make the albedos pretty dark. Okay, but, environment... So I think it'd be assets, materials, maybe? Maybe Sirdi? I don't think we have it here. Maybe stone? Sirdi? No. Okay, well, fair enough. I'm also thinking we could literally just... Oh wait, what is this called? Monument brick. So let's look for monument. I knew it was here somewhere. Oh, I see. Okay, so let's just fiddle with this a little bit and do like, maybe like this. So now we'll just have kind of a darker color for these. Okay, project, where is this actually? Material environment stone. Well, environment stone, PNG. In fact, we could just make this a JPEG. Like, cause I never use... Where do I even use this? Okay, so it's just in Sirti. It does kind of beat down us. Hang on, let's do concrete. Okay, I'll say... Well, I'm still a bit divided on the lighting. I feel like it could still be a bit more, I guess, lower intensity. Wait, also, I'm curious, hang on, I'm gonna close this. I want to see if the shader preload still, like, works. Ah, interesting. Oh yeah, it's been a while since I've actually imported this. Oh wait, no, this is the wrong one. Pale? Aha. Let's add, thank you, YouTube, for stopping my music. Okay, so tools, scripts, scene import chunk, I think is what I need. Yeah, there we go. So that basically creates a convex collision shape here. And that should, it should have had like, oh, I see. There we go. So you can't put things in the bucket. Tragic. But okay, main spatial. And then there should be a pale albedo. There we go. And then the subsurface color, yeah, that's correct. So we can see now the default lighting and the default environment are a bit too bright for this. And also I don't know which one of these is wrong. But okay. Save this. I'm also curious if this scene works, or if the shader, like if that shader was a bug. Okay, I see. What is that bug from, actually? Which shader is wrong? I'm curious. I'm gonna see if this, like, shader pre-compilation still works. Because now it seems like it actually might work better. Because now Godot 4 does not have... I think they gave up on the asynchronous shader compilation. Which means that just showing the material is enough to trigger the compilation and like freeze the game until it works. Oh, so I'm looking at Jackie. Her face is... Hang on, let's just set, like, Can I, like, go to sleep? Oh. Hang on. So what are we looking for? I don't even know what this timeout or timer does. What does it do? I'm just gonna remove this then until I figure it out. Actually, let's just do like this. Oh, I see. The input is not enabled. So what does that mean? I don't see where we actually even do this now. So, like, if I press V... Oh, wait, no. Okay. Wait, so then why is this... Why was there even... What did the timer even do? Set ease on null value. Oh, wait, hang on. There we go. Okay, so now maybe that'll work. Let's just start over. But okay, there is one material that does not have the correct things configured, and I don't know what material this is. This, I think, will be a good helper. Oh, wait. Death plane? Plant opaque moving. Okay. So I think plant opaque moving is the wrong one. Yes, okay. Let's do const softness equals like 1. Const float subsurface scattering. Okay. And then it brings us perfectly into the world, no issues at all. It's weird that there is like the sleep timer and I don't know what it did. Yeah, because now it just works fine. And then we go to sleep. And then we tween things wrong. So set ease on null value. So tween property is not the wrong one. Creates and appends a property tweener. This method tweens a property of a value. tween method, tween interval, tween callback. So I think I disagree with Godot here. But how do I fix this? What is wrong here? Like, if we look at environment tween, it's a tween. What if I just look up Godot, tween property is null? So the example posted works fine. There's something else wrong with the code or the input values. What would it be? Would it be because we... I guess... I don't know exactly. But what I'm going to do is I'm also just going to remove this from these. Because I think there's no instance where I actually need this to be done. Because I always have to check if the tween exists in order to kill whatever it's tweening currently. So I might as well just like create, like I have to kill it and recreate it anyway, so I might as well not even bother. Also, hang on, I'm gonna change the shader preload. Because it seems like the terrain does not have the terrain material. Does it? Huh. Has the world geometry as well. What's up with the directional light? Maybe it's pointing the wrong way. Because admittedly, it doesn't actually matter that... Oh, what? Are the normals flipped on these guys? Yeah, something seems weird. Actually, are these scaled? Weird. No, they aren't. Okay, well, I don't really care, because it looks fine in the game, so presumably this is recompiling the proper shader. But alright. We patiently wait. And then admittedly what I should really do is start working on the... What was I even doing? Oh yeah. Making sure sleeping works. I don't get it. So like, cert T. Is it because this does not have... Oh, actually, it might be because it does not have. Hang on, let's go to world environment. So, whom are you? close others. And then I think it was like, what was it? Environment tween fog color. We don't need this right now. As we go to the world environment, we go to fog. Ah, it's because it's called fog light color. Silly me. Oh, it also shows the thing. But okay, fog depth begin, fog depth end. Okay. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I've been using Godot for about 5 years now. I just recently switched this game from Godot 3 to Godot 4. Oh, right. Indirect light color doesn't even exist anymore, so we're just gonna pass here. To do light, or indirect light color. Let's see. So let's go... Let's set the shader preload as our main scene now. But let's do, like, world. Godot 3 has a lot worse performance than Godot 4. Or at least, especially for, like, the large scenes that I'm working with in my game. Let's see. Hang on, we need to, let's set this as the main scene for now. Yeah, and also Godot 4 adds a lot of nice features that I've started using more and more. Eventually I need to figure out why the main menu doesn't get focus. But okay. Razia, you're gonna watch me sleep. Let's hope eventually we get this working. Is tween callback what we need now? 4 is notably more performative than 3? Yeah. Yeah, because it's especially good with large scenes. Actually, hang on. I think my dream scenes are, like, messed up. Something to do with, oh, I see. I think these now... I'll have to see if these are correct. I think they might have, like, made it so collisions are always convex, basically meaning I have to, like, make 4 walls instead of, having 1 cube here. I'll see, though. But okay, the other thing to do was, let's search for interpolate callback throughout the game. Okay, so everything is just going to use tween callback. I think, how does this work now? So expected at most 1, but received 3. So tween get tree, create tween set loops. Okay, I see. Set delay fog time plus 1, and then it's going to be sun.hide. Okay. And basically, that'd also be here, like dot bind completed. Oh wait, no, actually we can just do completed dot emit dot set delay 1.0. Yeah, I think the one sticking point that I'm having with Godot 4 is I think it's designed for a different workflow with collisions. So like I have these really big triangle meshes, like these walls and stuff, and I don't think Godot 4 is really designed for them, especially if we go up to like this wall here, which is all just one big mesh. If I like try to climb in here, I can like climb the wall partially, like in this area, which is really weird. Because I think it's just something wrong with how the collisions are done. But it works on the outside, and I don't know why. Oh wait, also my code is white, because I'm still in the dream world. Thanks. Yeah, I've been also coding for about, I guess, 10 years now. Yeah, do we need to... I guess I should probably test if this still works. Wait, we can also see the, like, light that the player has a bit too prominently. It shines a light directly on her chest. Ah, well. So where is this now? Oh, I see. Mom is in a different world, because she has her own eyes. So I think... So is this the correct script? Who's the correct script? This one. Armature.iTrack. So that seems correct here. Thanks. Yeah, it's also, I guess, it's just been a matter of how long I've been working on this code. But yeah, so for some reason, this armature is the wrong thing, I think? Okay, here, so this should have the function iTrack. Also, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to have export for armature, dynamic character equals armature. Won't return nodes in the screen tree before ready. Use onReady annotation to solve this. Warning treated as error. Fair enough. Let's ignore that then. Because I think now what we do... Okay, this still works actually. Let's go back to... Let's go to the proof of concept so that way I can test this easier. Because then the world will load up much faster. Because really what I'm testing now is sitting in the chair, activating the medium. Doesn't seem to be working right. Where'd the video game go? Oh, I see. Okay. It's because my, that was my version conflict pop-up. For some reason was taking up the entire screen. How do I fix that? Because you basically have this one take up the full screen, then this one take up, like, less than the full screen. And it should do... It should be working. Then we have, like, minimum, custom minimum size, 400 by 400. I'm also realizing I don't actually need this to take up the thing. I can just have this be centered. Because what I actually want is, so X and Y. No, we don't need that. We need the minimum size. So why is the rest of this still here? Okay, let's go back to here. So why is this so wrong? Why is the scaling all off here? I don't think there's anywhere else where this would be shown. So when we do... Alright, so we have set enabled here. If E, grab button focus. Let's go back to proof of concept. Okay, so we're getting called from the correct place, I think. Let's make sure that we're like, this is the right node. Okay, yeah, global control pop-up custom. And then it's being called again, which is interesting. Oh. That should not be the case here. Hang on, let's go to the player. This sleep node should not be here. Let's also center this because... yeah, that's about right. Well, actually, let's make this like 200. And then we can recenter. Okay. Oh wait, no. The whole point of this was to hide the pop-up. I think I need to make it so that they have a distinct, like, popping up function, rather than having them do, like, their visibility check type thing. But okay, so we're getting the correct thing there. Oh, I see. Interesting. The colors are quite strange in here, but I'll ignore that for the time being, because the real issue was this. Well, the sitting doesn't work, so that's a new one. The animations, the, like, visuals there didn't work. Hang on, I'm also gonna I'm gonna mute the music in the game. Yeah, I guess this is from the day-night cycle. Oh yeah, that's just from the shadows, I just realized. Yeah, there's weird effects that happen. So, okay. The bugs that I'm seeing. Oh yeah, we still need to check. What are all the things that I need to check now? I've been overwhelmed by the number of bugs that I've experienced in the past few minutes. Okay, bugs. Mum's hologram material is wrong. Jackie doesn't sit at the medium. version warning was too big. Okay, I'll keep those there, because what I should really do is stop dawdling, save all this stuff that I've done. So visuals and blog stuff, because I also have some like visual aids that I'm going to use for a blog post that I'm writing. But okay. The real thing that I need to test is time stopping. Go to the test world. I'm going to create an object that lets me stop time. And that'll be this thing. So time stop. So let's have a thing here. Support var stop time equals false. So if stop time, time management dot stop time, else. Or if time is, what do I actually even want here? There it is, time stopped. So not resume only. Or time stop. No, stop time. Okay. So now basically what this should do is it should completely stop time, which will do nothing right now. Or it'll raise an error because the settings aren't like here anymore. Okay, use machine. There we go. So get cam, set close cam, property on type dictionary. Oh, I see. If close cam in environment, then we do this. Because right now the close cam stuff is very simple. But alright. So now what we're seeing is my override stuff. So what I'm going to do is so pause overrides v equals v dot pause mode. So what is this actually? This is going to be a node. V dot, what is it called? Update mode or something like that now? What am I looking for? There's properties process mode. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, so set process mode to process mode always. And so basically we are going to ignore, so if not paused, okay, so that makes sense. Because then we're going to do get free paused equals true. Process mode. Oh, I just realized this actually doesn't quite work how it should, but oh, I can't ignore that. Basically, I have to do recursive pause v, and basically this will be function recursive pause v node if pause overrides v equals v process mode v dot process mode equals process mode always for c in v dot get children recursive v, and actually we can use this for both of these, so like mode. Oh wait, no, we can't use this for both of these. And what we do here is we do v dot process mode equals pause overrides v. So basically what I'm doing here is I have the ability to stop time in the game, and in Godot 3 I had a hacky system where I like modified the engine to get it working. But now what I need to do is not have that. Oh wait, we actually don't... I just realized we don't even need to do this. We can just do unpause here. So like we don't need this. And basically I'm just fixing it. And that was actually straight up, I just found a bug that was like already in Godot, the Godot 3 version. But okay, so anytime we have something like time scale response. I don't think we have time scale response here. But okay, I think now it should be good. At least in the sense of like, it won't crash. But I think now it won't actually do anything. Or it'll pause the game and kind of break stuff. Yeah, like we use the machine, and the game is paused now. So now nothing will work because, and you can see I'm moving my mouse here, so it's like, it notices that. Because the game is not actually broken, or like frozen. It's just now the player themselves. I think the player needs to be in the time visitor group. Time visitor. I'll just add it. Should I have these as like... I guess I'll just add it as a global group. Oh. Oh, I'm already here. What does this mean? This group belongs to another scene and can't be edited. Interesting. Oh. Wrong thing. So now I think the player will not, like, instantly die. No, okay, so they instantly die still. Oh, actually, this time it just straight up crashed. Oh, I bet you what I did. Very classic problem. Let's see if it's what I did. Recursive, yes. I ran the recursive pause on the node instead of on its children. I'm pretty sure I do that literally every single time I do anything with nodes. In fact, I bet you I could fix that. I bet you they have a map function now. Still not working? Is it? Okay. But this time it's not frozen. It's just paused. So you can see that I'm switching between the controller and, like, keyboard inputs. But also I'm going to do, like, v.getChildren.map. Recursive pause. There we go. And in fact, we could do that for, well, I won't do that for these. But okay. What am I looking for here? What do I need to do to let the UI work? Because the first thing is the fact that the UI should still be able to work. Because, like, I think this has pause mode always. Or process mode always. And so we should have that when we go to, back to time management. Oh, right. I thought that I was, like, in the wrong place, but okay. So I think... I mean, I'll at least be able to see, I think, the player node in here and, like, all of its children. Because now I have to, like, specify for every node whether or not it's, let's see, so pause overrides, yeah, we got 966 nodes because they're all from the player. And I think what I'll do is, what should I do, actually? Because by default, most of them have inherit. Actually, I just realized, if it's inherit, we don't even need it to be here. We can just do, we can do if mode is inherit. So, like, function v or function c, well, whatever. If, yeah, no, now this isn't even worth it. For c in v dot get process, or like c get children. If c dot process mode not equal to process mode inherit mode recursive pause c. Oh wait, hang on. How do we... No, but we need to get any children of the node. Oh, actually, so we still need to search through all of the children. But what we should do instead is, like, for v and get... So, in pause... No, time visitor. So for v and node get this... pause overrides v equals v dot get... Or, like, process mode. And then, like, recursive pause v, and then instead of this doing this, what it's going to do is, I guess I can still do this. Basically, we set this here if it's not inherit. Or actually, I guess we can just do root equals false here. So if root or special mode, we add the pause override, and otherwise we go through this and we do that. And then we can go back up to the player, what the hell am I looking for now? Then we go back to here, we don't need this. We do recursive pause instead. That doesn't actually fix any issues though. That just makes this slightly, like, more performant because I don't have to add, like, 1,000 nodes that are, like, mostly redundant to the dictionary. We just add any nodes that have some special consideration. And so let's see how many nodes we have. So in pause overrides now we only have 17 nodes, pretty reasonable. In fact, we could go even better because we don't need to track if they're pause mode always. So we only need to get the recursive node here, and then we can do... So process mode inherit. So let's do if v.process mode is not equal to process mode always and not root, or and root or this. And actually we're going to have this be true by default, and then we're going to do false here. Because if it's process mode always, we don't need to track and override and set it. And if it's process mode inherit, we don't need to do anything because it's just going to inherit the parent of itself. But if it is the root node, then we do need to explicitly change things. But okay, so that brings it down to just 9 nodes that have to be tracked. One is the player, and then the rest of them are like the special nodes that we have. And then the big question on everybody's mind is, what on earth do I actually like, why doesn't it work after that then? Because basically, like if we do this, and then if I press, okay, actually, .get player .process mode. So player's process mode is still 0, which is not correct, I don't think. Yeah, because that's that. So we need to set it to always, but I think I'm just not... So nodes in group time visitor. I mean, I guess what I can do is just recursive pause, print debug here, v.getPath. Actually, let's just print. But okay, it's good to know that I actually don't need to worry about the console, or like the UI still works. But okay, let's see what the output is. So we got the player, we got the UI, we got all this stuff. Are we setting process mode correctly? Because it should be set to process mode always. So v.process mode equals process mode always. And yeah, we can see here all of these are doing what they should be doing. I think what I might wind up needing to do... No, that'd be too big. That'd be too big of a change. I was about to say, what I might need to do is make every entity have the fixed process that I use. So I don't actually call the process and like physics process functions for the player. I call a custom process called fixed process. Because that's how I do... There's also the ability to slow down time. And so I just have like my own function that's done, I think up in here. And so that already does a thing where like a node can be played even if the game is paused. And also this thing, convert to global group. Yeah. And also time visitor. So this convert to global group, convert to global group. So most of these are global groups. Custom time stop, I don't think we need that. The rest of these don't need to be here. Hmm. But okay, we can ignore the rest of that. Because yeah, the real issue is still the fact that if we resume here. Oh wait, hang on. Huh. Oh no, I see. Okay. It's because this does that. So yeah. Oh, wait, hang on. The player still blinks. So why is that the case? So I got a few questions. One is, why does the camera not rotate? So are we calling fixed process? We aren't. So why are we not calling fixed process? Is it because the time manager is itself... Okay, I see. The time manager is not set to process. Okay, well that's funny. And so now, the player kind of works, actually. The main thing I'm noticing is the jump button doesn't seem to work right. Oh, and also areas don't collide. But now... Oh, and then pausing and unpausing does that. So we need to have... I think, what does this do? Pause. Set mode, pause. I think we have a should pause here. Time management.pause equals should pause. And then set gain pause. So pre-paused equals paused and p pause. Actually, I guess p or time stopped. Okay. But okay, now our time management is getting pretty complicated. Because basically now it handles like updating nodes and also the other things that it's doing. Yeah, so if we go back to here now it should work. So now I'm running around. My eyes are going crazy. Oh, because the areas. Okay. So yeah, basically now the issue is the fact that various timers are broken. So I'm curious what's about those. And yeah, the areas don't collide properly. I can't press any of the buttons, so that's in input management. And I think that's because input management would do... Okay, so that does that. And then we should do fixed process here. And we should have add to group paused fixed... What is it called? Pause fixed process? So this will fix some of our jumping code. But yeah, the big question will be if areas will work. Because I think what I might need to do is cheat the physics engine and force it to be active. But yeah, okay, so now the world... Oh yeah. We're still seeing all the... Still seeing all of our beautiful mess. With basically, like, incorrect things. Why is the pressed button not working? Why is this not working? So input buffer E plus equals delta. And then pressed get action input. Do we do something else here? Let's do function input here. Oh, input is action just press, so should read UI.isPlaying. So what is isPlaying? Mode equals main. Okay, we need to do time management. Paused here. Basically now, the tree being paused and the game being paused are two separate things. There we go. It almost worked. So what does our input buffer look like? Everything looks like 0. If input buffer action less than input epsilon. Oh wait, hang on. This needs to be player fixed process. It might actually need to be both. Yeah, because now we have... The fact that we have two separate layers of pausing the game is going to get pretty finicky. Yeah, I'm curious if we can just set the time scale to 0, actually. I should have checked that first. But yeah, now at least we can, like, press the buttons and they do things. Because, yeah, it was basically... The game was paused, so the input manager wasn't checking for input. But now that I've done all this work, I think I might actually just try setting the time scale to 0. Let's actually look up time scale and see if it recommends against that. It's recommended to keep this property above 0 as the game may behave unexpectedly otherwise. This does not affect audio playback speed. Use audio server playback speed scale. The speed multiplier at which the in-game clock updates compared to real time. So yeah, let's go back to... Now that I've done all this, let's say... Or git add... So, pause-based time stopping. And then let's just go back to time management, and instead of setting, so like we're gonna do like recursive pause here. So this is just gonna do like a, I guess we kind of don't even need to do anything if we just set the time scale to 0. So I'm just gonna do like this, and then I'm gonna do this. Actually, we can do that there. So like bump, bump, bump. And then like, yeah, let's just set time scale to 0. See how that works. Because it might crash the game with a division by 0. Interesting video game. Oh, and we should not have get treat up paused here now. And we should then also have set paused, not do that. So it's going to be just equals paused. Okay, I think I have broken something with the main menu, because yeah, now it's not starting up. Why is that the case? Okay, so for whom is this? For whom does the bell toll? Should pause, false. Okay, so that's good. Then the real issue is the tree paused here? So like, let's do an evaluator. Get, I don't know what we're doing. Let's go to the cursor. I know that little bastard's running. So I think we can go here. Yeah. And now what we can do is we can do get tree dot paused. So it is not paused. Okay. Oh, but we can do time management dot paused. So time management should not be paused though. Oh, but it's function var paused equals false, and then basically get equals paused. So V return paused. Okay. So basically, it's because the paused mode was undefined. So that was an unrelated bug, I think. Because now getters and setters in Godot do a little bit differently than in Godot 3. Where there's no actual, like, underlying variable, I'm pretty sure. If you have a setter and getter, you need to also have the, like, extra variable that actually tells you what things are doing. Did the game... Okay, so I think the game didn't work now. Oh, because... So we should have this here. Okay, good. Pause equals false. Okay. Games still don't work. Still does not work. Video games. I think a main thing is the fade should be process always, or it should be under paused fixed process. Because that should always be the case. Oh wait, I just realized. Is it because the time scale is wrong? So like, do we, for some reason, ever set this? We do. Okay. Stop time. So who is stopping time? Set stopped time. Oh, okay. And that means this is stopped. So why is the main menu not working? Maybe the main menu itself isn't properly configured here? Because I think this needs paused fixed process as well. Because if we look at this, well, it should have everything it needs. Yeah, I think this should have what it needs. So if we do this, play. Set process input, await rendering server, frame draw, fade in. Because, okay, the confusing thing though, the exit button works. Okay, so this works. It starts up the game. Invalid assignment of property or key do not disturb with value of... Okay, that's new. So why is the player, if not keying, push error? Player not found? Oh, I see. Because we need to do... We should not do this here. Also, what is this script? This is the main menu, so this should not be... I don't think this needs to be here. I think this can do just this. Like, if visible in tree start. And we don't need a notification here. We can just do this. Then we can call deferred. Well, actually... Oh. Oh, wait, it's because... Okay, no. We shouldn't change this, because I just realized why it's here. Because I was starting it from that scene. We don't need that. The main menu is always with the player. Okay. I don't actually... I have no fucking clue what I just did to change that. But I am realizing that this does not need to be in fixed process, this main menu. So we should remove that. And I'm also just putting global groups as I remember them here. Like, I think distance activated is one. And then, like, enemy. But okay, we are in a world of hurt now. Because I've done things that I don't understand, and I don't know why. Thank you, Godot. So, like, is there anything here that has changed? Oh, well, now it just works. Okay, and then we set the time scale to 0 because we're setting the time stuff there. And then this should... It kind of works, except for the fact that we cannot press the play button. So why is that the case? Oh, I see. Because here we have this, and this... Why is this not working? So that should go to... That should go to something. Hang on. When we do here, when we do the options menu exited, that should go to on menu exited. Oh, and that doesn't do this because we need to have... Okay. I'm beginning to see the things, the machinations of the world. So we need this to be in the group paused fixed process. And then we can do like set process input false. Function resume. So like let's do like a remove from group here. Yeah, happy Easter. Paused fixed process. It's going okay. Let's see, I'm trying to figure out how I want to do the things that I'm doing. And I think I know how, which is to... so we have fade in and animation player. I think what we do is we just have function fixed process delta float if animation player dot active animation player dot advance delta. Basically some things that are now like immune to time, or like I'm gradually moving things to like a different processing mode because I need to like have everything stopped. But okay, I think that works. So now if we press play here, so the fade in is a bit jank. But we have this, so on resume pressed, emit signal exit. And that means also this, so these can be ignored because now we go to the main menu. We have this here. We set it to, I guess we keep this. We actually don't need this to be doing anything here. Because now what we're going to do is this should be manually processed. It should have done a thing, shouldn't it have? Because we have fixed process here, function ready, add to group, paused fixed process, and I guess also player fixed process. Let's see, gotta play a Godot game last night with random players. Nice. Oh wait, I'm in the wrong world. Yeah, it's always fun to let people play your game. Well, if it goes well. Alright, so now the next thing to do will be to figure out these, but that's okay. Because now... Okay, and it actually seems like things are working. So... animations feel a bit off. Well, actually, I think it's just climbing in this little area here is weird. I think, yeah. Because there's always jank with these V-shaped geometry, which is why, like, I should just not put that V-shaped geometry. The real question will be ledge grabbing. Ah, okay. Doesn't work. Also, there's something weird going on with the flexion probes. Are there like LODs on them? What's going on here? But I might need to... Oh, I see. I think my velocity has been set to infinite. That would make sense. Wait. Ah. Set origin vector 3 0. Invalid. Oh, I see. The UI is not quite right here. I think this little guy is in the way. So dot set vector 3, or like origin vector 3 0 0 0. Yeah, so that seems to be an issue. So where did we go wrong? Failed to correctly scale body. A scale of nan is not supported by jolt physics for its shaped body. What if we did negative values? I'm gonna try that just for the fun of it. Even though that's a terrible idea. Yeah, like, so that means that, what does that mean actually? So we're still having the same issues. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna not do physics this way. Let's get stash. Actually, wait, did I fix any bugs? I think I might have fixed some bugs. Let's just ignore this. Let's just do get stash. Put us back in the world where we were. So now when time is stopped, the game is paused rather than doing other things. In fact, I'm going to double check to make sure that we're always using time management rather than the trees pausing. This here should be time management. And this here should also be time management. Actually, this should be, what should this be? I guess it should be time management. Wait, why is it broken now? Didn't I fix my input management? Yeah, I fixed it here. Pressed, released, holding. Yeah, because I thought I fixed this. Oh, right, because I did the thing where the var paused equals false. And then we had to do like bool here, and then it's like set v, and then like get, like return paused. And then everywhere else here we do like, so whole words, we just do like underscore paused instead. Okay. And now we can commit this to hopefully like make the UI work. Did the game start up? There we go. Game, Godot, video game. Input manager. Oh, right, and I changed this. Wait, no. This should be good. Okay, so this works correctly. And then when we do pressed, so inputs are blocked? Huh. Why is input blocked? Oh, because we do this, we need to queue unblock. Queue. Okay. Basically, that was the only place where the UI actually was using a regular, like, Godot timer. Okay, so now I think this should all work. So now that does that. And then we still don't get the pressed button. So why is that the case? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have... Oh, wait, no. We shouldn't have that there. We should have it after here. And then we set it here. So you can see we've pressed the jump button. So action is combat lunge. We don't need to worry about that. But I think input is still blocked? Okay. So why is input still blocked? Oh, I'm seeing now. Okay, because this needs to also be fixed process. And we need to have this be like function enter tree, like add to group always process. So let's hang on. Let's go back to time management. Or wherever we are. So like trying to figure out what needs what. So like here, when we enter a group, I guess we don't need that. Wait, no, we don't even need this. What we need instead is to just do function init process mode equals process mode always. Okay, so I think we can ignore this now. Okay, so that works there. And then we go back to here. So blocks should be false. Good. And then I don't think we need this anymore. So now all of the jumping works. However, the areas are still an issue. And that'll be a bigger issue for, so if we like resume, oh yeah, it'll be an issue because we can't interact with objects. I would basically need to have like my own area system. Would I want to do that actually? That wouldn't be that bad. Well, no, it could be pretty bad actually. Oh yeah, and then we wouldn't have any trigger areas or anything like that, so that'd be a disaster. But I'll at least put all this stuff. Cool visuals. No, what am I saying? Fixing time stuff. So yeah, I need to see if I can make it so that areas detect things when paused. The physics server is stopped when the game is paused. However, if you want to keep it going, add this. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to set game paused to physics server server 3d.set active underscore paused underscore not paused. And then also we do that when we set time scale. No, we do that when we do this. And also when we start time. So hopefully the set active will be like, so how does this work exactly? Okay, so hopefully like that won't fiddle with like gravity and stuff, though I think it could. But that won't be that bad, really. Oh, I've killed the enemy. Okay, but this at least means that things work like this. Oh wait, but the tutorial prompts are not going away because they aren't properly set up. Why is this thing like messing up? I still don't get. Is there like a? Huh. I don't get it. Oh, maybe it's an LOD thing. Like it's simplifying the model like 5 feet from us. But okay. What I'm seeing now, some of the UI timers don't work right. And then the next things to do will be to do all of our cool stuff. Oh yeah, you can see some little things down here of like, it's warning us that like we're getting crushed. These aren't supposed to be activated because the physics server is supposed to be off. Oh, did time resume? Oh wait, hang on. Okay. I think something happened to me. I think I died. The weirdness with this model is so distracting. Yeah, it's bless its heart, it's trying to make LODs, but it's just not very good at it. Oh wait, let's see. The breath particles look bugged out now. I think they're always been a little janky, actually. Actually, I'm surprised they work as well as they do. Oh, it actually... Yeah, I guess at least no time things. Okay. That makes sense. I must have missed it. But yeah, definitely the UI is bugged here as well. But okay, now we can press the... Oh, yep, you're completely right. I pressed the button... What is the button doing, actually? So, like, let's do... Oh, wait, hang on. Things are moving now. Huh. Oh, the mouse doesn't accumulate. Hang on. Let's go to the camera. Where is that? Oh, because we need the camera to be in process mode always, I think. Well, actually, why would the... Oh, well... Oh, I see. It's because if I do this, it breaks. But if I... Huh. Okay, okay, I see. Time management. Toggle slow time. Apply slow time. Wait, no, that's not what we need. We need start time. Wait, they should do this. Hang on. I should do that. Oh, but okay, I see. Oh. Okay, so I think it was because starting the game did not actually properly set the physics engine stuff, so the game was still paused. But okay, now it should work. So if like we see that thing go up at some point, I guess maybe we use the machine and then we use it. Okay. And then we use it. Then we use it. So now we have things kind of working. Oh, right. They're not quite right. Oh wait, no, I think it's just this cube is messed up. Oh, okay. I see. 2 turned to 1. Okay, and now also the collision margins look a little bit better. Because it used to be, when the player was on a convex collider, they were floating like 3 inches off of it. But thankfully they fixed that in Godot 4, even though a lot of other things have been now broken about physics. But okay, so we use the machine. Those should, oh, these did not activate. I'll figure that out someday. Actually, let's aggro an enemy and see how they react. Because they're part of the physics engine, so I'm curious if their gravity is busted. Oh, right, their physics are already busted, so it's like it doesn't even matter. Okay, but I think at the very least, some of the stuff is working. So that's a new thing. So we can, at the very least, let's try doing the actual quest. I think the lighting will be off because the lighting didn't turn off in the scene. But that's perfectly fine for the time being. It'll actually help us make it easier. It'll be like a rehearsal. Oh yeah, we're in the sleepy zone. Rousey is not supposed to be in our dream. Bald mode. A little jump scare, a little preview of the future. What is bald mode? And the frame rate leaves something to be desired as well. I was hoping we left this behind us, but let's see what it is. So we got a bunch of tweens, we got a bunch of stuff. If not... Let's do var dm equals environment / day night. If not dn dot is playing. Let's return like -1. That'd be interesting. Maybe that's part of the issue there. Well, doesn't really seem like it. Let's just go to the debugger or profiler. See what's causing issues. So we can see physics is running pretty slow. Anything with our scripts? Okay, it is with our scripts. Time management is also running quite slow. Dialogue evaluator, find next item. Okay, so that is reasonable. Kind of. But basically, yeah, the big killer there was the fact that Riley was slow, or Riley was checking dialogue every frame, and the other big killer seems to be calling our group every frame. Is this like actually like, is this doing anything? Like, is this working? Okay, there we go. I think something happened where it like froze for 12 minutes or something. Man, there's a lot of like stuff. Too bad that is there a way to like collapse the things here? Like, can I do? No. And it also is very, very difficult to keep track of these functions. Man, they really got to sort out this profiler. It's impossible to use now. It's like completely unusable. I cannot keep track with anything. I guess I can just pause the game. And then I can look at one frame. So like we could look at like this one, for example. So like don't particularly care. I think the main cause for concern is going to be our physics processes. So player body physics. So yeah, the movement functions seem very slow now. Oh, these aren't even doing anything. I guess, okay, well that's an issue for another day. NPC nav. Is following player. A lot of things that are checked a lot of times. Okay. I don't even know what I'm looking at anymore. So what I'm going to do is let's resume the game. Let's not care about this for the time being. Yeah, because now it's running fine. I think it was mostly the navigation or the actor, which I can just put in a separate thread, or the dialogue checking. Basically, because every frame the NPC has to check if she has new dialogue, but that means running through a bunch of stuff. And so what I'm going to do is just put it on a separate thread, because it literally doesn't need to like check anything synchronously, except for if the actor exists. So that would fix one thing. And then I'm seeing a lot of the things that I have on the fixed process were causing time. But the big things were like physics, like just collision checking and stuff. Which is unfortunate, because that means that I have to like dig into that, I guess. Trying to think how I'd fix that. Because if the player's movement takes 3 milliseconds, there's not really anything I can do to improve that. Also, the frame rate has, like, gone to the dogs again. What was I even testing? I was going to test the... Oh my fucking god. Is the game, like, functioning? Hang on. Why is it, like, taking so long? Where are we? Who are we in? Where's our scripts? Okay, let's close all scenes. Like, is it something to do with, like, like, just the fact that all those scenes were being edited? Is it a temperature thing? The CPU is getting too hot? Well, usually it's the GPU. Because I'm hoping it's not like the game has just suddenly gotten like 5 times slower because I've moved some things to a different function call. But it seems like that is what's happening here. Yeah, because the game's like crawling to its death. Okay. Item. TS thing. And then let's save as TS1. AC action equals follow. So let's do string this, I guess. So what am I looking at here? Okay, so what exactly are you demonstrating? Okay, so he does his thing. Great. The engine is choking and dying. Well, now it's... I don't know. I think it's probably because call group is way slower. Are you just... Oh, took him a bit. But okay, we will get ready for the rest of the quest. Oh, interesting. I like that. There's like oh, it's because there's invisible polygons here to make the navigation behave better. So if we go to Crab Hill Lab, those should have been just in the... Maybe I just configured them wrong. Hang on. So if we click this bad boy, so it's our fakers. Well, why are they there? Why are they here? Yeah, these collisions should only have, I think navigation should be somewhere here. Water, falling platform, navigation. I think that is what they need. Also, we got the white coat from the dream, which I guess is fine. The game continues to choke and die, but that's fine. In fact, I'm curious what the CPU load is. So how am I going to deal with this? Let's go CPU. What is taking up? like 90% of our CPU here. Like, this is not the state of things as it should be. It's not even Godot. I mean, I guess if we... Oh, wait, hang on. I want this always on top. Let's keep this to the side. Let's do performance mode. Or, I guess, like this or something. Because it's not really CPU. I mean, I guess it's almost certainly because of the video. Hang on. I think I need to do... Let's hide this. We don't really care about memory, or disk, or network. We just care about the GPU and the CPU. Okay, yeah. Godot's not even, like, contesting anything, excuse me. It's like Firefox is taking up 25% of my GPU, no wonder. And it's because there's one video playing in the background. Okay, now Godot can take up like 20% of the GPU. It was YouTube. It was literally just YouTube that was like killing the GPU, or killing the frame rate. Okay, I also need like this over here instead, like that. Jackie, by the way. Let's do that. Now does this... Hang on. I thought this glass worked, but it doesn't. Well, weird. The only thing it shows is... I don't understand. Because it seems to kind of show things, but it only shows the sky. Oh, maybe it's the reflections are just taking up too much of it. Oh well. Let's see the demonstration now. Oh. Oh, their outfits broke. That makes sense. And that's because their outfits were doing things. So if we go to time, stop, quest... So now we replace the .mesh with .res. And then I'm going to load game. Because I don't want everybody to be broken. Bind node self set trans. So get tree. Create tween. Is this stuff that is actually, like, an issue? Or is this just, like, Okay, I guess this is stuff that's an issue. Add function, get tree, current scene, F transform. We don't need this anymore, actually. I just realized. Well, hang on. Let's just restart. I've had like a runny nose all day. So why is this not correct? Where is this coming from? Place entities. So like, who is calling this? I think this is correct. It should be, I think. Because don't we, like, get the scene here? Hang on, let's try this again. Because it seems to be that the scene itself isn't ready, which is weird. But okay, so we started the game. Wonderful and beautiful, exactly as we meant to. And then we do a load game TS1. And it should do this, which is correct. So we're resetting the state. So we've basically load game, load sync. So we've reloaded the current scene. And then I think what we need to do is we need to call deferred reset state. I'm not sure. Maybe the global needs to do this instead, actually. Or like the world itself needs to, like, you know, on ready global.place entities. Oh wait, but that means that then the world itself can't... So that seems fine. This is the issue. So why is get current scene not working? If not world, print, so push error, bug, no world. Okay, that works perfectly. Yeah, I think what we need to do is we need to have some way of controlling the, like, load game. So, like, we reload the current scene. And so, yeah, I think place entities needs to not be done by the game, or by the global itself. I think we reset all this stuff, we do all this stuff. Yeah, instead we have the world do global place entities if the dot place entities. And that way the game will always be ready. I'm not sure why that's suddenly coming up here though. Maybe it's just some subtle difference in, like, how things are loaded. Okay, at least it didn't crash though. But okay, now it seems like it works. So have you had any luck finding the blah? I'll consider it. Oh yeah, and Riley's killing her mood. So yeah, Riley definitely kills the vibe. I think it is. I just need to have the dialogue work on a separate thread. And that actually will be much more reasonable, because then I can just check it like, 20 frames a second or something. Rather than like checking it every frame or like, some random number of frames. I mean, really the answer is also to just make it check the dialogue faster. Because once things are fast enough, you don't have to worry about like complicated logic like that. Oh. Wait, what's up? What's his problem? Why is he like getting caught on things? I think it must be more like triplanar woes, basically. Maybe what I should do... I think it's this road. It should have no collision. The reason it does is because I was lazy. But what I should really do is make it, like, align exactly with the, like, terrain that it's on top of, and then have some sort of, like, there's mechanisms in OpenGL to make things, like, exactly 1 unit away from something, or pull it, like, 1 unit forward. I'm pretty sure there are, at least. Like, it's usually used for things like shadows. But okay, let's talk to, like, a guy. Talk to you. Talk to you. Okay. And they're all working. Graphics leave a little something to be desired, but that's fine. Frame rate leaves a little something to be desired as well. Okay. So, the time stuff just kind of is working. That's kind of weird. The big thing that I'm seeing, though, is that isn't working. Oh, because the time scale is 0. So what we need is probably a global uniform, or because the time scale is no longer 0. So yeah, we need like a global shader time scale. Where is this? April 8th plus catalog changes. So time scale response. So there's just too much crap in here. Just delete this. Time slow. Good. Time stop. And we don't need this. We know what that is. It's a time stop, so we basically need shaders, UI, fixes. So like have a global time scale or something. Okay. And also I hear YouTube deactivating my music. Okay. But yeah, so now the main thing is going to be disabling the fog and disabling the sky. Because we already disabled the sun. Oh, and we also need to like lower the volume of the sounds. So like sound. Change the audio channel. Because most things will have no audio. But okay. Talk to the scientist. I'm surprised everything's just kind of working. I did not expect everybody to actually like do things properly. But also I'm seeing the player, yeah, that little light on the player is just too prominent. Oh. Something happened. Something froze. So where are we? Do we have a stack trace? Oh, nice, and it shows the things that we're doing. So let's go back to time management. We don't need to print every node that we are disabling now. But yeah, it's quite, seems like it's working. Yeah, I'm just surprised that it actually has worked reasonably well. And we also don't need the NPC like duplicate stuff. Print stack. Oh, okay. So the game will die. So there is some sort of crash. When ending dialogue with Lila after time stop. I mean, I guess we can just stop it and restart it. Because it should load from right where we were with the autosave. Actually, maybe it's that. Was there a race condition? Maybe that's the issue. I've never seen... Because I don't think I've really thoroughly tested the multi-threading. Oh, I'm seeing things with the camera. I don't like that very much. Is that because I put it in the wrong thing? Yeah, we don't need this. That's not correct. Well, I'll ignore that for now. Okay, I think what it is, it's a race condition. It's a deadlock. Because I think it only happened when the game was saving. Deadlock from saving. So yeah, let's go to save checkpoint. So let's see what this does. So save async. So if save thread is started, save thread wait to finish. If not, save path. So save thread dot start C. Do we need to do something with save sync? So underscore save sync. Do we do something with this? So then we write state. So yeah, I think the issue is here. I don't think this ever returns. And that means what we could do is we could also have some sort of, I don't know. Okay. Wait, huh. Oh, well. That makes me seem stupid. Wait, hang on. But now it's frozen. Okay, so it's not specifically this, but it is something related to it. So what could be deadlocking in the save sync function? Maybe call deferred? Because I don't know if this would cause... Maybe file access. Like, what's the thread safety here? Okay, it seems to be multi-threaded. Because it specifies that it can get, like, a thread from the previous thread. So let's see if this works. Because yeah, it must be some specific component of save sync. Because it could be the JSON. Maybe that's not designed to be thread safe. Okay, so we have an 10 here. Yeah, I'm wondering if it is, yeah, because if we look at this, it's probably going to take up, let's go here. Probably taking up 0 resources right now. Yeah, completely locked up. We're just waiting on something. But something never comes. But I think the only thing that's really new is the JSON string. So I'm wondering if from native is, I mean, what I can do is I can just do it in the other area. So like, instead of this, we do data dot, string. And we call this like JS. And then state here will be JS string. And then we'll have like function save JSON will be like a string. Save JSON. And so we'll do the same thing when we bind to save async. We'll just do that instead, because we don't actually need to even duplicate the resource. But okay, let's see if that was the issue. Because I think maybe from native would require some sort of like complicated access to the scene tree. Or like complicated access to like the class database, because it does like a bunch of weird reflection stuff. Oh, well now it just... I see. Well, that explains why it takes so much longer, because that's... So now the issue is that I would really prefer to have this... Hang on. What can I do? Because now that I know that serializing the JSON takes like a second, like a full second. So I don't want to have that be the issue. Let's just look up Godot JSON thread safety. Thread safe APIs. Global scope singletons are all thread safe. Scene tree. Interacting with the scene tree is not thread safe. Rendering. GDScript arrays and dictionaries. So reading and writing from multiple threads is okay, but anything that changes the container size requires locking a mutex. Resources. Modifying a unique resource from multiple threads is not supported. However, handling references on multiple threads is supported. Hence, loading resources on a thread is as well. Can be loaded and manipulated. The limitation here is as described above. One must be careful not to load the same resource from multiple threads at once. Therefore, it is easiest to use one thread for loading and modifying a resource, then main thread for adding them. Fair enough. Trying to contemplate what would be the issues here, because we check this and then we check this. Maybe we need to do instead is have a mutex instead of checking this. So returns true if the thread has been started. Once started, this will return true until it's joined using wait to finish. For checking if a thread is still executing, use is alive. Because, yeah, we wait on both of these. And I'm going to also change the name of this to save background. So save async will mean we kick off this save background. And save sync will be that we just save immediately. Yeah, I genuinely can't tell. I think maybe this? Oh, maybe printing. Hang on. I'm going to call deferred on printing. Because that would make sense if that was the issue. Then again, it said global namespace stuff was all thread safe. So that wouldn't really make any sense. But I mean, I gotta try something. Let's try removing the JSON. Let's actually just remove write state. And let's just return OK. And for now, we'll ignore the warnings. The issue is now, what if we had like a for I in 100,000, for J in 100,000, var E equals this, E dot append I times J. And so this will hopefully take a long time. Actually, we don't even need to do this much. We can just do like 1,000. I remember because the 512 by 512 like float floating point stuff took like 25 seconds, so I don't even know if we'll ever see a save. Because GD script, I think, is still quite slow. But okay. Oh. Okay. Well, we can still do that. Let's do that then. Okay. So I think so I think it's not something specific with JSON. I think it's something specific with the wait to finish. Oh wait, no, it was just taking a long time. Maybe it is something with the JSON. I mean, maybe it's just taking a long time. Alright, we don't need to set that, because that'd be... No, because that'd screw things up. That'd screw things up really bad. Because valid game state just says, like, is the game itself loaded? Not, is it saved? I don't know why I put that there, but it's also probably because I've never had a save fail. But I'd rather not make a bad situation a worse situation. So let's just wait. Let's wait here. Oh wait, actually we can still just check if the Godot engine's actually doing anything. No, because it seems to be definitely like 100% deadlocked. Like the application is not like doing anything. So yeah, end that one. We still have Credo open? I don't want Credo open. So yeah, I think the JSON causes a deadlock. So like Godot JSON thread safety. Where can I check this? I guess I could check in Visual Studio. So like, oh, but I'm gonna have to get a dev build up. Yeah, I'm trying to think, how do I actually test this at this moment? Because, I mean, honestly, the only reason that I'm using JSON is because Redditors said that, like, it's a bad idea to save a resource directly. And do I really care, is the question. Yeah, because basically the risk that is with saving the resources and loading them is that someone could create a malicious save file, because you can just have scripts in the resources. Yeah, because I guess players won't suspect that a save file could cause issues. The other alternative I have, it might be the toNative function. So what I can do is I can write a not or from native function. So what I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna try, is just oh wait, no, but JSON stringify. What if we just did the stats? So like let's do like var sts equals json.stringify stats. And then we'll do like a we're going to do basically the same thing that we're doing here, except instead of this, we're going to do like this. So function write state original. And this will be JS. And this will be actually path, so test plus path. Because yeah, I'm suspecting this from native. By default, objects are ignored for security reasons. File access open test path file access write. And then also just for safe checking, maybe we need something longer. I'll keep it as it is for now. I'm just going to see if it's just the JSON from native, because if it is the from native, what I can do is serialize, is I can convert my stuff to serialize the stats rather than a full object, because I already try to keep it like, basically it's already a JSON file, except for like 5 fields. And so I could just move those 5 fields to somewhere else. Oh, but now it's like instantaneous though. Let's do, I guess what I can do, I can just check what's actually in that file. Actually, I don't care, because I'm going to check instead, or instead I'm just going to do like json.fromNative stats, because I think this might be the issue. Is the game... Okay. So let's go... What is this going to be? App data local? I think it's local app data, actually. And then Godot app user app data. Oh, I thought it was going to be in here. I guess it's in app data roaming. Godot. Yeah. Oh yeah, we have my old Godot file, which I'll just delete. Actually, that might have contained all of my save files. Oh well. Okay, so we have, what did I call it? Test something. Did it even write into the file? Because it should have been test plus path. So it should start with test. I don't see anything in here. Incompatible backup V, whatever. And yeah, all of these T-res or T-res files are now like old news. Okay, so I don't see anything that was even like saved. Oh, wait. So is there... There's not even a... It doesn't even call this. It doesn't even store it. Instead, it's probably in the errors. Data is never used in the function write state. Oh, I just realized. Well, that's part of it. It was just a buggy function. There was no variable called stats. But okay. So yeah, we can't actually get that. App. Well, let's move this over to this file. App data. Godot. App user data. At the ends of arrows. I still don't see it. Is there an error in here? Write state. Maybe we do this? What would be the issue here? Oh, I know what the issue would be. Because this has... So, like, if we go to coats, every NPC has a unique coat. Well, what if we try it this way? And then we just, like, ignore that that's an issue. Let's clear this. Let's see if I can actually, like, get anything working. No. Failed to write to user autosave. So why did it fail to save, to test autosave dot whatever? I mean, it's not even the same issue. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to ignore that. Because I'm curious, is there any point where it doesn't save? Like, so if I just, like, talk to you and then leave. Okay, so it just takes a little while there. Saving, saved, saving. So it should be, then, in a few seconds, it does it. Oh. I was thinking maybe I need to acquire a save mutex, but I just realized that wouldn't make any sense. Very confusing. Especially the fact that it's, it doesn't seem like there's actually anything specifically about the JSON that would cause a deadlock here. It's just waiting on the thread kills it. Because yeah, we have this, and then it goes, and then it, like, works. Oh, and then it doesn't work. Wait, why does it not work? What actual step is it dying on? I think maybe last time I was, like, too quick to skip. So for some reason, something else is causing the problem. Yeah, I was so certain that it was the, that it was waiting on the thread that would cause the issue, but... Okay, so let's see which of these then causes the issue. Is it starting the thread? So then... saving, saved, saved. So you can see that it saves 2 of them. And then... so nothing goes awry. Unless I press... Okay, now it's deadlocked. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have the save thread just create a new thread. So we're just going to have this be thread. So like, if not save thread, or let's say like if save thread and blah. So save sync will do this, and we'll also just move this to be consistent with this. And then here, what we'll do is, if not save thread, thread equals, or like, let's do actually, we should still do this, if save thread and save thread equals thread.new. So we'll just create a new thread, destroy the old one. So wait to finish should be called, so do we actually have any sort of like, no, okay, so it's a reference counted object. So yeah, I'm wondering if it's the thread itself is bugged. Still deadlocked. And also my mouse is constrained. Okay, you know what? Let's just not bother. Because I'm also pretty sure that this full JSON thing breaks anyway. Well, actually what I can do... I'll just put it in bugs. Oh, wait, I'm still... My mouse is constrained to the window. Okay, there we go. Some sort of deadlock. Let's say... Walk due to JSON serialization. Either fix it or make a simple serializer. Let's look up... Hang on, I'm gonna look up... Is this something specific with wait to finish, actually? Because it's... No, wait, no. It doesn't deadlock here, though. So let's get rid of all this stuff, because there's a lot of visual noise that I've created here that's, like, completely irrelevant. But okay, the big thing that we have is that water works now, I think. Oh wait, hang on. I have a important thing to check. Wait, do we have, is this? No, I don't want that. I want a static body, a box shape, collision shape 3D. And so we are going to move this down to, what do I want this to be? 0.5? Oh yeah, now I actually want it to do what it used to do. Ah well. We can just have, like, I don't know, 5 and 5, actually. Okay, so I think this is about right. Yes. Okay, let's hide Firefox. Thank you, Godot. Actually, now I'm wondering, is it something to do with time being frozen? I guess probably not. But okay. Awesome, we have the water is solid. So that works. So then if we did, like, time management, so global.time.startTime for v node in pause overrides, trying to assign invalid previously freed, oh my god, dot size var I int in previous. So let's do v. Though this is because the time has frozen. But okay. Oh wait, no. These are I now. Oh wait, this is actually, wait, I just realized I'm actually I'm in big trouble now. I think I gotta do this. How do we... Now Godot is getting too smart for me. Can't find member process mode in base int. Oh wait, yeah. Now this is not this. This is Oh wait, no, we can do this. If we do var nodes equals pause overrides dot keys nodes v and this will be nodes v. There we go. Basically, some of the instances are invalid, and it seems like you can't even iterate over them, which I guess makes sense. But okay, so we got our beautiful, beautiful water, and then global time, start time. The water didn't water. It's not how it's supposed to be, Razia. Also, you're not even supposed to be following me. I've told you to go away like 3 times now. Cause you like lower the performance right now. She's not even registered as a follower. She's just like following me. She's just pestering me now. But okay, so our water, I think, how did I do this before? She's too advanced. She's become sentient. We gotta delete her now. But I'll do that later. I think what I do is in here when we do on time, stop time, yeah. So view mask, collision mask. So for C in self, area ground, area climb, area head, we add water to ourselves. Okay. These are good. So what is view mask? Layers. So flags 3D render. When do I set view mask anywhere? Okay, I see. Set camera render. Is this supposed to be here? But okay, so I'm seeing issues. I don't understand what the issues are. But basically, this should mean that the player should not be colliding. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to print collision mask. Let's do that in, like... there. Oh wait, I just realized what it is. It's because I set up the water wrong. I didn't actually set the water to be water. So it was just straight up ice. It was just a solid object. Oh wait, wrong button. Here. Eventually I just need to have like a debug player spawn in every chunk. So that way I can just test things. But okay, we'll ignore that. Okay, so now we go in the water. Utility function lerp cannot convert from float to int. Argument 2 from float to int. What? I don't know why why would I want argument 2 to be int? who is phone, basically. So like, who is state? Who is data? So Excel and dcell I think are both ints. Oh wait, no, okay. Excel is an int, dcell is a float. And then D is a float. So I say the game is wrong. It should simply convert them. It should simply like be able to upgrade a into a float. Perhaps that's called weak typing nowadays, but I disagree with that as well. When did this like streaming particle get like good? Like why does it look better than it used to? I guess that's because it, oh, I see. It's because it doesn't have any forward momentum anymore. A weird thing to make it look better. I guess it's just I just did it wrong. So like the computer's like accidentally undoing my work has made it look better just because I had such bad like numbers. But okay. Now, the real question. If we do global time stop time, we stand on it now. We still have the particles though, which is strange. Do I want that? Well, obviously no. I don't want that. Let's go to like splash or like ripples. So update water. Let's do like if time management. Yeah, I was divided on it because it looks cool, but it's also not accurate to like if time is stopped. Footprints would be cool. I'll put that as a little thing. Let's put that probably as a feature. It'd be like make some neat footprints in the time stopped water. Yeah. So let's go him. So we're just gonna leave without him. Oh, it just took a little bit. The shader took a while to like compile. Stuttering's pretty bad as well. Oh yeah, this to-do list is my own. It's a thing that I made in Pascal. Yeah, it's called NP to do, and I sell it for $6 because I upgraded it. It used to be $5, but I added dark theming on Windows, so I increased the price. But I'm glad to see the frame rate is really like solid in here. I'm wondering if there's a way to get the path for NPCs without or like in a multi-threaded way. Because I think that'd be a source of stuttering, as it was in Godot 3. Oh. Spoke too soon. The frame rate does not handle... Oh, navigation, I bet. Because now characters are like navigating to faraway places. That makes sense. It would be pretty cool if Godot had like a built-in like task management thing. Or like if I made it like a plugin for Godot or something like that. Yeah, originally it was in Godot, but I decided it was basically just too performance heavy. I think there are ways to make like Godot UIs like take up less resources in the background, but it's kind of difficult. Everything is completely frozen. Oh wait, my pause UI is not going away. So that's one of the things. So UI fixes, so like the notifications. Actually, what happens if I get my items? So like, I think none of these will work really. Oh. Oh, I see. For some reason though, you can see that the laser beam is not acting correctly. That's strange. I wonder why. And this thing, I think, is busted. Yeah, so I'm thinking a lot of things are broken. Simply because the physics engine will now, like, be moving. So I should probably... What do I want to do with that? Also, all of my textures disappeared again. Oh, also tutorial hints don't work properly. So, so weapons are broken. Right, some particles, so stopped. And then also test enemies and other physics objects. Oh, and then also I should just put in here as well. Disable sky, disable lights. Disable fog. Or like make fog black. Actually, why is the fog not black? Because it should be disabled. And yeah, it'll also be good to figure out how to do ambient lighting in here. So actually thinking about it, I have an idea for how I could do the fog. Or how I could do ambient lighting in a cool way. But I will do... let's see. What do I want to do first? I can't really think of anything. It's also 10:30. So yeah, I think I'm going to call it a day, since it's been about 4 hours. And my brain's getting fried. But alright, I'll be back on Wednesday for more time stop work. Let's commit all of this. But okay, thanks for stopping by. See you later.